Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Grow Through It podcast. My name is Julia, and today I'm talking about how movement can be healing, not punishing, and how I personally rebuilt a healthy relationship with exercise after injury. This episode is really important to me because I really struggled with not being able to exercise after my back injury. I've had to learn to move my body in different ways and listen to what my body is telling me. I have also had to think about what exercises would be best for me in my recovery and let go of the desire to build muscle and look a certain way. Even if you don't have an injury, this episode is still useful because I will be talking about the pressures of working out and body image. I know many people struggle with this, and maybe it's not you who struggles, but someone you love, and you can understand them a little bit better. Let's start by talking about the societal pressures of fitness. So often, society teaches us to associate fitness with extremes like pushing through pain or chasing aesthetics. I do believe the body is capable of much more than we think it is, and there is absolutely a time and place to push yourself farther. For example, I did not think I was capable of doing 75 hard. I didn't think I was capable of hiking certain mountains. When I read Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, I was shocked at what he accomplished. So I do believe we can push ourselves, and I'm not discounting that. However, it's also extremely important to listen to your body and take care of it. While we're on the topic of pressure and expectations, I want to quickly bust a few fitness myths that I think do more harm than good because I used to believe a lot of them myself. Myth number 1, no pain, no gain. This one is so deeply ingrained in fitness culture, and honestly, it can be really damaging, and it's simply not true. I do believe pushing yourself leads to growth, but there is a time and place for it. There is a difference between muscle fatigue and soreness and actual pain. Pain is your body's way of telling you that something is wrong. I've learned that healing and progress often come from more gentle and mindful movements, especially after injury. Myth number 2, if you don't sweat, it doesn't count. I used to think that I had to be dripping sweat and completely exhausted from a workout or it wouldn't do anything. But things like walking, stretching, or even breath work aren't that intense, but they are very powerful. They support your nervous system, circulation, and recovery in ways that a heavy workout sometimes can't. Myth number 3, exercise is only for weight loss or aesthetics. I used to only care about how I looked, and if I'm honest, sometimes that mindset still creeps in. But now I care more about how I feel, having less pain, more energy, and a clearer mind. I will get more into this aspect of my story a little later on. The point is, you don't have to push yourself as hard as you can in every workout. If doing gentle yoga and going for walks makes you happy, those are great forms of exercise. I actually think pushing yourself to go harder is way more beneficial for the mental aspects than the physical. After my accident, I felt a lot of pressure to get back to normal as quick as possible. It hadn't been very long since I had completed 75 hard, and I was in the best shape I have ever been in. So when my accident happened, I felt like I should be getting back to exercise quickly. I also felt like I should be doing my normal activities at work right away. Keep in mind I have a quite physical job. So I pushed myself too hard at work and it caused more pain and flare-ups. I ignored how I felt and it actually slowed my healing. I had to come to terms with the fact that I need to allow my body time to rest and recover, and that wasn't easy for me. I have been active my entire life. From playing sports, being a gymnast, and then starting to weight train at a young age, I have never gone this long without exercise before. Looking back, my approach to exercise was so different than it is now. I want to share a bit about what that transformation looked like because I think a lot of us go through this shift, especially when our bodies force us to slow down. There was a period in my life when I would over-exercise and definitely restrict my calories well beyond what was healthy. I would run on the treadmill for an hour every day and do 1 to 2 hours of either my own bodyweight exercises or resistance exercises or Wii Fit. Mind you, I was restricting myself to only 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day. I was so obsessed with losing weight, so that was my goal. Once I got a little older and understood exercise and being healthy more, I started weight training. At first, I would do 2 to 4 days a week of weight training. There have been periods where weight training is all that I would do. Some periods I would do really intense HIIT workouts. I tried doing more plyo workouts and running to increase my cardio, and I tried Beachbody for a while. But throughout all of this, my main goal was to lose weight and gain more muscle. Over the last couple years, this has shifted a little bit. That was still my main goal, but I also had the goal of just being overall healthier. I know I'm still young, but as I get older, I recognize more and more the importance of moving your body for your health. So it was also about keeping my bones strong, preventing disease, being able to do the activities I want to do long term. I see people my age not being able to do the things they once loved because of injury or fatigue or not having enough strength. I don't ever want to get to that place. So although over the years my reasoning for exercising has become a lot healthier, I have always felt guilty for resting. Rest to me felt like I was lazy. So when I got into my accident and I was forced to rest, that really affected my mental health and body image. I felt like I would lose all my progress and that I was lazy for not moving my body. Now, though, I realize how important rest was and still is while I'm still recovering, and movement and exercise mean so much more to me now. Being able to move more means I am healing. Resting means I am respecting my body and listening to it. So going from exercising regularly to not being able to at all was very difficult for me. But over the last few months, I started to listen to my body and reconnect with it. I would try going for a short walk and see how I felt. For a while, I couldn't do that without pain. Then I started to do some body weight exercises and resistance band exercises, and I had to figure out which ones I could do and which ones I still had to avoid. I started stretching more and using the foam roller. I have been doing my physio exercises and going to physio for treatment consistently since the accident. Although it has been frustrating and honestly pretty heartbreaking not being able to do the exercise that I love, it's made me appreciate exercise so much more. At one point, I used exercise as a form of punishment or used it only for the benefit of burning calories. Over the last several years, it has become a lot more than that for me, and I do it because I enjoy it and I know the physical and mental health benefits of it. Now I feel even more appreciation for exercise. Recently, I have been able to go for more walks with minimal to no pain, and even if it's just 10 minutes, I get so excited about it now. I started stretching more frequently throughout the day, and that has been extremely helpful. I am also going to try going to yoga again in the next couple of weeks. I realize that going to hot or warm yoga will be even more beneficial to me now because it'll help relax my muscles. I'm thinking more about mobility exercises as opposed to just lifting weights. I did do mobility before the accident, but I don't think I fully understood the benefits and the necessity of it until now. I also now value the importance of rest so much more. Sometimes I am too sore to do my exercises or do anything physical. Some days at work I know I'm not able to move equipment or spot the kids. I have learned to listen to my body's cues and know what my limits are right now. For a while, any movement caused me pain, and rest was the best thing for my back. Now, sitting for prolonged periods actually causes me more pain, and when I do a short walk or stretch, I feel so much better. Once I realized this, I knew it was time to shift gears again. I have shifted my mindset from thinking I have to force my body to do what I think it should do to actually listening to it and respecting it. If you are dealing with an injury or trying to rebuild a healthy relationship with exercise, the first step is listening. How do certain exercises make you feel both physically and mentally? If you are truly in pain, you need to rest or do gentle movements. If you are trying to force yourself to exercise and using it as a form of punishment, try and take a step back and acknowledge how you actually feel about this type of exercise and the benefits of it. Start thinking about the actual health benefits of exercise and what they can do for you. For example, exercise right now for me is all about moving my body gently and getting my muscles to relax and trust me more. If I am in a car and I'm getting afraid, I can feel my back muscles tense up. So I'm doing the mental work on this, but I'm also working on relaxing my muscles as much as I can. Even just meditating and doing breath work has been very helpful for this. If you are dealing with an injury, some low-impact movements you can do are walking, yoga, stretching, foam rolling, breath work, or simple bodyweight exercises. Mobility exercises, again, are fantastic. It's gentle movements that are pretty easy but have major benefits to them. They can help you move your body in a better and safer way and help prevent future injuries. If you're listening right now, I want you to reflect on this. What's your current relationship with exercise? Are you moving because it feels good or because you feel like you have to? Movement can also be an energetic and emotional reset. Lately, Paul and I have been going for 10 to 15-minute walks after dinner. Although I don't always feel like going because I'm tired from work or I'm stressed, when I get back, I feel so much more energized. I feel lighter and my head is clearer. These short little walks with a 5-minute stretch after can be just as powerful as a tough gym session when done mindfully. I have so much gratitude that I'm able to do this now because just a couple months ago, I wasn't able to. I also love that I get to spend some quality time with Paul and we get to just chat about our days. If I go alone, sometimes I'll listen to music or a podcast, but I find that I usually drown that out anyways and think about different things, and I actually think that it's more beneficial. Go for a walk without headphones and use that time to think without distraction. I want to share a few of my favorite gentle movement practices that I've found really helpful during my recovery. These aren't just for when you're injured, anyone can benefit from them. Number 1, morning stretching. I wake up pretty stiff from my injury, so I stretch every morning. Start your day with 5 to 10 minutes of gentle stretches to loosen your body and get your blood flowing. It's a great way to wake up without pushing too hard. Number 2, short walks after meals. Like I mentioned, we've been going for walks after dinner. Doing this can help with digestion, clear your mind, and give you a moment to unwind. Number 3, foam rolling. This is perfect for muscle tension and recovery. Foam rolling can improve mobility and help you relax, especially if you've been sitting for long periods. Number 4, breath work and relaxation. Incorporate deep breathing exercises or meditation in your routine. Even 5 minutes can lower stress, help you tune into your body, and promote recovery. Sometimes I'm stressed and my muscles tense up, but when I meditate, it allows my muscles to relax. These may seem simple, but they have major benefits for your body and mind. Start slow, be kind to yourself, and find what feels good for you. Movement has been a major supporter in my mental health. I think that's why I struggled so much when I first got injured, because I wasn't able to move my body. But when I do exercise, again, even if it's that short 10-minute walk, my anxiety, stress, and overthinking shift significantly. There is a reason why I was so happy and positive when I did 75 hard. I am at my lowest mentally when I am not moving my body. I get depressed, I overthink, and I can get into a really dark place. Movement helps me get out of that negative headspace, and that helps all aspects of my life. If you are unable to move your body right now, try Reiki, grounding, or somatic awareness. Reiki can be a great way to get the energy in your body moving and flowing. You can just go put your bare feet in the grass and ground yourself. Try somatic awareness, which I mentioned in last week's episode. Even deep breathing and meditation can be very beneficial if you can't physically move your body. I started meditating regularly in January, and it's helped my mental health significantly. Remember, movement is a tool for healing. It should not be used as punishment. I'd like you to reflect on this question. What would it feel like if movement wasn't about achieving a goal, but just about feeling good and honoring your body? I'd also like you to try one gentle movement practice this week that feels supportive, not stressful. This could be yoga, walking, stretching, or any of the other ones that I mentioned. DM me with how you're reconnecting with movement and how it made you feel. I want to close by reminding you that there is always something you can do, even if it's not what you could do before. You may just have to find what works for you and remember to listen to how it makes your body feel. Rest when you need it and respect when your body is asking you to stop. That is it for today's episode. I hope it helped you, and I would love to hear your feedback. You can find me on Instagram at growthroughit.pod or send me an anonymous message using the link in the show notes. I would also be so grateful if you could rate and review this podcast and share it with someone you think would benefit from it. Thank you so much for listening, and remember that you are worthy. See you next time.